Mom of three living frugally. Hey, Latika Osby. Hey, honey. PNG Media News. Hey, Barbara Purvis. Hey, did y'all get any snow? It was snowing in Fayetteville. Yes, we did. I'm gonna put up pictures or a short video tonight of what it looked like. But yeah, we got freezing rain and got snow. My rhinoceros grandma. Yeah. Hey, honey. The Prepared Scientist. Hey, Joe Tyson. Hey, there she grows. Hey, honey. Till to you. Hey. So, y'all. Um. So, y'all. So I've been looking at some articles. Okay. That's been coming out talking about things are gonna get worse. Far as the food shortages and stuff here in 2022, and a lot of people has been in my comments making excuses. Excuses. And y'all already know what I say. Excuses only sound good to the ones that making them. The person that's making the excuse, that it only sounds good to them. It don't have to sound good to everybody else, you know. My thing is, a lot of people are saying they on fixed incomes. And I ain't trying to get in nobody business or none of that. You know, your business is your business. What you got going on financially, only you knows. But I will say this. If you're on a fixed income, it's not rocket science. Most of us know if you're on a fixed income, you're probably getting food stamps, EBT. For the past 2 years, we've been talking about you can buy seeds, fruit trees, all that stuff. I have mentioned it so many times in prior videos. You can buy seeds with that. You don't have to stock up on the same seeds over and over. If you want to get 2 packs of each, do that. But keep in mind that when you're growing your own food, you need to be saving some of your seeds so it can keep the cost down when you want to plant for the next season, the next season. A lot of people has been saying, like, I've got so many comments yesterday talking about you causing a panic, ain't nothing wrong, you need to wake. I mean, some mad comments, and a lot of them I didn't even some I did remove and some I didn't. I just simply replied to it and kept on moving. But my thing is, people is very, very angry because you bringing awareness to what's going on, what's right in front of their face, you know? And a lot of people say, well, I don't have money to buy seeds. Seeds not that expensive, for one. For two, everybody can do it. If you getting food stamps at EBT, you can buy fruit trees. I wish I could get some. They won't give me none. I wish I could get some. But you can buy, you buy seeds and fruit trees. Look how long you can eat. Okay, look how long you can eat by just growing your own food. So that's where it comes into where I say excuses just sound best to the one. It don't sound good to me. And it's not going to help me nor you to constantly make excuses. Now, there are seeds and stuff that's out now. We don't know how long it's going to be out. We don't know if these seeds was already ready to go, packaged and stuff, ready to go from, a couple months ago. Things are worse now. Just because they may be getting seeds and stuff out, that don't mean we'll have access to them in the stores. Okay. You need to be getting it while you can. So that's why I say it's no excuses. No excuses, whether you getting food stamps or not. Dollar Tree, let me see, my Dollar Tree didn't have seeds yet, but my Dollar General do. Lowe's and Home Depot and a lot of areas. I feel like if they in my area, they gotta be in most, because we normally like the last area I feel like to get seeds, and it'd be around the end of February and March time. I got a lot of message about the animal diseases that's going on. You know, you got bird flu, and I think it's something going on with the cows, something going on with what was it, the pigs or something like that. I mean, all the things that we need, if you don't see, something is coming up wrong with it. All the healthy stuff. I spoke about that in the video yesterday. All the healthy stuff seems like there's a problem with it. The things that you would go to first, the things that, like a lot of you said, you can't find no rice in your area. The things that will stick to you and last is gone. So a lot of people was in the comments saying, oh, well, you can't find food because you're making people panic. What? Like, really? I love those comments, by the way, because it's just like, you really think so? Like, that's okay. Keep thinking it. The people want somebody to blame, okay, instead of blaming themselves. And can't nobody make you prepare. Can't nobody make you grow your own food. Can't nobody make you have chickens and livestock and things like that. Can't nobody make you do none of that. But what's going to happen is the ones that don't want to do it is going to take from the people that's been doing it. The same ones that's been making those excuses, and it's going to sound good to them, and it's going to even sound even better to them to go and take from somebody else because they hungry. Y'all, I done did what? I did the Walmart and I did the Food Line video for my area. You got to see what the shelves is. Then somebody said, well, somebody did say that it was probably because we had snowstorm coming. That people was in there trying to get odds and ends, but this has been going on for a while before the snowstorms and stuff like that. Yeah, that probably do play a little bit with it, but not the majority, because I had talked to, like, when I was in the Food Line, and I told you it had the limits on. When I be in stores, I try to talk to, I can't get them on camera and stuff. You don't want to jeopardize somebody else's job and stuff like that. But I try to talk to people like managers and stuff that's willing to talk, like, hey, what is going on? Why is the shelves like this and stuff? And they flat out still saying they cannot get the merchandise to the store. They can't get it. People is not trying to work. Now with this thing where people can go back to work at a certain amount of time, you hearing a lot of people is just really quitting. Now, whether they got something back up for them quitting or not, there in my area, there's teacher shortages. So they having to go back remote learning. The kids that's in, at public school. It don't affect my kids because my kids, even before the pandemic, my kids was homeschooled online. So it don't affect them, but I have saw where the schools closed because they didn't have teachers to work, or the teachers was out sick and couldn't come, can't come to work in such a certain amount of time or whatever. So now you got to look at, even when you got those kids at home, they eating, they need food. You ain't got the school breakfast and the school lunch. That's 2 more meals that you're going to have to provide for them. So why sit down? I don't care what is going on. I don't care what the reason may be. Okay? I don't care what the reason may be. The most important thing is you see that food is not there. And when I was in the store yesterday, I was watching people. People were settling. And somebody made a very important comment yesterday. I can't remember who you were, but you made the comment about people that has allergies, food allergies and stuff, that cannot eat certain things. It's hard when they can't find the things that they eat. You got people with celiac disease. You got people that's diabetic. You got people like me that have GERD. Celiac and GERD disease. Celiac is very, very serious for people that has, celiac disease. When it comes to my eating with GERD, I almost have to eat like people with celiac disease, even though I don't have celiac disease. But most of my diet falls in that category. And you can't even find half of the stuff. But what you can find and do is grow your own food. Because people with GERD, people with celiac disease, people with high blood pressure, people with diabetes, all that type of stuff. This right here is perfect for you. Okay? There's different varieties. Lettuces, greens. That stuff is stuff that you should be eating. You know? And you can grow that stuff. You don't have to depend on nobody. We as a country, we depend too much on everybody else. Okay? We as people depend on everybody else too much instead of trying to help ourselves and making excuses, and then want to get mad when other people is doing things. People will get mad with you because you're doing something that they know they should be doing that they don't want to do. Simple as that. Simple as that. I mean, it's not rocket science. Like, why do you as an individual feel like it's somebody else's responsibility to take care of you? And when I say that, I'm talking about these suppliers, the food chain, stuff like that. We are given naturally what we need on earth. We're given naturally. We have soil. We have ability to grow food in many different ways. We don't need the Twinkies. We don't need the sugary cereal. We don't need the drinks, the Sprites and all that stuff. We don't really need that stuff. What we need is beans, maybe a way to make bread, our leafy greens. If you're doing chickens or something, you can get you some protein, so you can get some meat and some eggs from it if you choose to do that. The things that we need that's essential to our health, we can grow. Things that we really don't need, if you look at it, we depend on other people to make it. Like, that's just crazy. Now, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nutritionist. None of that stuff. But half of the things that's wrong with people and they take medicine and stuff for is found right in your food. I was just talking about this with my friend today. Half of the things is found right in food. And then they bring it together with a synthetic material to bind it and make that pill for you to take. But a lot of people do what they do. They diabetics. They have high blood pressure. They rather take medication to continue to eat the junk that they don't need, rather than take your medication. I'm not telling nobody don't take your medication, but try to figure out a way to come off that medication. And a lot of times it's all about what we put in our body. It's given to us. You got so many people that come on my thing. They Christians so much. They talk about they Christians. Well, I think you need to reevaluate, because you would know that everything we need, not that we want, is right here available for us. Our mindset make us want what we don't need. And I try not to get biblical too much for the reason that everybody believes is different. But if you go back to the Bible days, was they eating all this stuff, this man-made stuff that's so good to us? Was they eating that stuff? It was natural things, grains and stuff like that was naturally put there. By who? God made that happen. Okay? Naturally put there. That will sustain you. So when you come and you say, I don't have the funds to stock up. Well, you don't have the money to pay the man for food. Then grow your own food. Take one seed, put it in some dirt, add some water, let Mother Nature do the rest. Go out there, harvest it, cut it up, put it on a dehydrator, put it on a bag, throw it in the freezer, put it on a jar, put it on the stove. I just ran through canning, dehydrating, and freezing, and throw a date on it. And now you got your own food, a whole big amount. Was you went to the store and you would buy a thing of celery for $2, you could take that same $2 and have celery for almost a whole year by one pack of seeds. And then you can save seeds from whatever you're growing. And the next year or the next season, you want to plant more. You ain't even got to buy seeds because you're saving your own seeds now. Like, it's not rocket science. But I got so many nasty messages yesterday from the video for Walmart that it was crazy. And it's funny to me because I know what I'm supposed to be doing. And that's what I'm trying to do. But people will try to stop you, you know? And like I done told y'all so many times. I told you so many times. And like I told you, what my uncle told me in 2020 when my GERD really acted up on me. And I told you, this is an uncle that raised me that's like my dad, you know? This, y'all get what I'm saying? So I trust what he's telling me. And he said, you're going to eat to live or you're going to live to eat. I don't want to live just so I can put junk in my body. I'd rather eat what I'm supposed to so I can live as long as possible, healthy as possible. There's only two ways you're going to go. So all the negativity, and like I in the comments, I'm going to tell you, you come at me crazy, I'm going to come back at you crazy, and I'm going to move on. So you come at me in a different, because I'm pretty sure y'all probably reading the comments. People probably leaving out like, oh, let me go see this. I'm going to tell you what to do. If somebody, I'm going to tell you what to expect. If somebody come at me crazy in the comments, I'm going to come back and get you right on together. And then I'm going to go on by my business. So if you see that I call somebody stupid, or I ask them, did they mama teach them better, or whatever the case may be, just know they came at MGL crazy. So I had to get them together. And that's what was happening. Now, yesterday I had some comments that was just, it didn't hurt me, but it will hurt other people reading those. They was just out the woodworks. You hear me? Summer. They was out the woodworks with all this, anything political, I removed. That was something else that was just crazy yesterday. I'm like, woo. Like, yeah. So y'all, keep that in mind. Spring will be here before you know it. There are a lot of things that, well, I'm going to go ahead and tell you. I've been writing out things that I know I want to grow this season. Remember I told y'all I wasn't going to be doing a lot of tomatoes. I wasn't going to be doing tomatoes and peppers and stuff because I can't eat those. You want to grow what you can eat. Everybody's situation is different. Y'all know with this GERD, I can't eat a lot of that stuff. So what I can eat is eggplant. I can eat leafy greens. I cannot eat all type of beans. I eat beans that's in the string bean family. Pole beans and stuff, shell beans, they do not digest for me. So I eat beans that's in the green bean family. So different type of beans, different types of melons. You know, I can freeze melons. I can chop them up. I can freeze them. I can dehydrate them. I already told you dehydrating is going to be on point because I have to do it. I have to get back to dehydrating almost every day once I start harvesting. I have 2 dehydrators. Y'all already saw those. That's enough right now. Besides me freezing, freezing food and stuff. So a lot of melons. I have my berries. I have my peach tree, my plum tree, and my pear tree. I have my fig tree, the 2 blackberries, the 2 blueberry trees. And I have raspberry trees and multiple raspberries that I made other plants out of. Potatoes. Potatoes is something that's very easy to grow. And they store well. Okay? Those of you that know, I am a mod, and I told you, a little expert in the Nigerian gardening group. I haven't been posting much over there because really ain't been much to post when it comes to the gardening stuff, especially with how the weather has been. But I'm learning a lot, and I want to grow some of the things that they really grow, because we have a lot of Africans that's over here in the US too. And I'm learning that a lot watches the channel. So the climates is different. So even incorporating a lot of one thing with a lot of their dishes, they eat a lot of pumpkins. Okay. Pumpkins store well. And after me doing my research on it, you can do a lot with pumpkins. Okay. Pumpkins without the spice don't bother me. So pumpkins is a new thing that I'm going to be adding to the garden this year. A lot of pumpkins. Y'all already know squash, zucchinis, all different type of varieties don't bother me. I said my eggplants, sweet potatoes, any type of potatoes. Beans gonna be crazy, because beans is beans I can dehydrate and I also can freeze. And it's nothing like fresh beans, y'all. Plus they fun to grow. Then you kind of go into, like, I will be doing vine peach melons, or you may know it as a mango melon. But those are things that you can easily do a stir fry with. Yes, you could cook. Me having GERD, I cook a lot with fruit, with melons. It may sound crazy, but that's the way I add flavor to my food. Um, it's just so much that, hold up, y'all. Um, it's just so much that you can do. You just have to do it. If you got a few extra dollars, we already that I know I missed last Sunday with the challenge. So tomorrow, if it's God's will, I will be doing the challenge for tomorrow. So, and I have to add the money. Well, I already have it, but I have to do it on camera, where I add the $30 from last Sunday, because I missed it. I did a live last Sunday, but it wasn't about that. So this Sunday, tomorrow at 3 p.m. should be 3 p.m. I'm gonna be putting my $30 in for this week and for last week. So I have to put 60 in the envelope. But remember, we doing this challenge every Sunday where we adding money. And what did I tell you? We didn't know how the seeds and stuff was gonna come. They out early, extremely early in some areas. I know in my area. Doing this challenge on February 1st, that gives us what, $120, I think it is, to go and get what we need for us prepping, gardening, or whatever. Prepping and gardening, that's what the challenge is for. Get what we need. If you want to take some money and get you a tree or two, or whatever the case, or mix them out, or whatever the case may be. So you have to keep in mind, y'all, and we have to help ourselves. We cannot depend on everyone else. And to be honest, there's people that's disabled, and there's people they disabled, they have a disability, or they just plain out sick, or they elderly. A lot of able-bodied people is taken from them. And when I say that, is you able to not go into the stores and buy a lot of stuff to stock up on, because you can do it at home. And the people that's not able to do it, everything in the store empty, they have nothing. They can't even go out there and do. So that's why I am going to continue to, and I say this to give it an ideal for people. Just because we prepping for our household and stuff, yes, we want to make sure our household and stuff is good, but that don't mean we don't help nobody. Somebody that's disabled, somebody that's elderly, and you growing something and you done stocked up enough off in that harvest, because if you do it right, you should have a harvest almost every day when everything go on. If you got so much squash and stuff and you done stocked up and your next harvest going to be a huge harvest, it's nothing wrong with giving people, helping other people. I've heard other people say, I'm not going to be giving. I need all the food for my family. I'm not going to be giving. I don't have that mentality. I don't. Don't never let that get into you to where you feel like you need everything for yourself. Make sure your household is good, but also the people that's not able to do, help them out. Help them out. You know, it's about people wishing they could get up and go out there in a garden. People that's in wheelchairs, people that, and like I say, from a person that's been at a point where I could not walk, no use from the waist down, and did not know if I would ever be able to walk. You go through being paralyzed and the doctors don't know, and it's a waiting game. That teaches you a lot, you know, because like I told y'all, I used to always say as a child, people can't walk, they just move their legs. But honey, when it happened to me, it wasn't no moving my legs. You couldn't move anything, you know? So I don't take stuff like that for granted. But there's people that was born with disabilities. They could have been in accidents like I was. And it, you know, things happen, they're not mobile, or it affect them in a different way. It's not their fault. Or if they was doing something that should have had different judgment, still, it's not for us to judge them. If you know somebody that cannot help themselves, and you able to get out there in a garden and grow food and enjoy and have fun, there's nothing wrong with growing squash. If you give a person squash, pumpkins, potatoes, and stuff like that, that person that cannot get around much or cannot, all they have to do is put that in a box or something where a lot of light can't get into it, and it stores good. It stores without them having to get up and chop and all this. Like, I mean, is it really gonna hurt to do that? Is it really gonna hurt to do that? So keep that in mind, you know, when you're growing your food. Because one thing about it, one thing I know and two things for sure, this situation don't just affect a certain group. I've said this before. It don't affect just a certain group, a certain race, the wealthy, and not the, it don't affect the poor and not the wealthy. It affects everybody, because I don't care how much money you got or how much you think you will have or whatever. If it ain't in the store to buy, if it ain't available, you can't get it. Just like the people that ain't got that amount of money can't get it. I don't care if you white, black, blue, brown, pink, whatever. You got a stomach that can lick its back just like mine. It affects everybody. This ain't one of them things where it affects only certain people. No, it affects everybody. So instead of coming on people's channels and being ugly and nasty and all this, should think about that. This ain't one of them things where only certain people is affected. All of us is. Every one of us. Every one of us. And them that gets really, really want to get real biblical and stuff, God ain't going to come down and tap you and say, hey, Keisha, you need to go and grow you something now. You need to try to help yourself. Because like I say, I tell y'all this a long time. My grandma used to always say, and a lot of you done heard this saying, but I'm saying because I heard it from my granny. Faith without work is dead. And that's a lot of meaning with that. A lot of meaning with that. You supposed to have faith in Jehovah God. You supposed to have faith in Jehovah. I understand. But you also supposed to try to help yourself, especially if you able-bodied and can do it. And you want to sit on your behind and do nothing, but you expect something? No. It don't work like that. So don't get mad with people because you feel like people is supposed to issue you out all these funds and stuff and all this for you to have a good old time, push out babies left and right, or go and get your habit and stuff and do nothing for yourself. Then you expect them to feed you. You expect them to give you things to help you survive in certain situations when you sitting there and you hearing it. And don't say you did, because when you come and you message on my videos, then you can't say you didn't know. Because at that point, I have warned you. And many others have warned you. So now you want a pity party. You want somebody to pity you when you're in the situation. Mm-mm. I help anybody, but I will help those in need that's unable before I help an able body. I will help kids before I help anybody. You will get something out of me just because you got kids, because I'm trying to help the kids. But y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about them that, I done said it before. You take all your money and you buy all these eyelashes and all this stuff. Ain't nothing wrong with looking good if that's what you like. I ain't knocking nobody. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with it. But when you want to get all this stuff and now get something that you can eat, you can't eat an eyelash. You can't eat the makeup and all this. What's the purpose of you going shopping every day? You want that expensive phone. You want that expensive car. You want all this stuff you got to have. You go and you get that City Trend outfit with them dollar store lashes and all that. You say, yeah, you want the cheap route. I'll give you that. But how much food can you actually have? How many seeds you can actually get? How many little containers you can actually get to grow food so you can eat a whole daggone year if something happens? Because you can't eat none of that stuff that you're going to buy. Now, I give it to you. If you got that stuff, okay? If you got that stuff and you still got your priority together, now kudos to you. Go buy all the makeup and stuff you want to, honey. Go buy all the J's and your bowls and stuff you want to, sir. Make sure your priority, what's important, is together first. Especially if you know you got kids, elderly, you got people that depend on you. Because not everybody is blessed enough to be able-bodied. They blessed to be alive. But I ain't even going to say that. They still blessed because they're alive. What I'm trying to say is they still blessed whether they're able-bodied or not. But they're not able to go out there and fully do what you're able to do. That's what I'm trying to say. Devoted to creators and not the City Trends. You know I'm somebody going to City Trend. You know it, don't act like y'all don't know. Y'all know City Trend and the hair store lashes. Okay? And as my little brother would say, the thought shoes. And that be them. I ain't even going to say it. Nope. But y'all get what I'm saying. Y'all get what I'm saying. And then when something happens, you ain't got nothing to do nothing with. Now you all up on the news, you all up on Facebook and all this, and you're talking about they won't give me this and they won't give me that and they won't do this. Honey, you grown. It's not their responsibility. Then you want to pull their certain people card. Oh, they saving it for this certain group. What? Really? Let's just squash all that. What could you have been doing for yourself? You know, like it's no excuse. And it gets me. I'm seeing a lot of the young generation. Ain't got a pot to pee in or a wonder to throw it out of. But got the worst mouth and attitude towards everything. And then have nerve. Man, most of them holler, oh, baby, I got to have some food. I've been seeing this a lot. They eating everything come out and all this. And it's all about, and I'm looking like, you got to have some food. Well, what's going to happen, sir or ma'am, if y'all can't get food? You know, and that tells me right there, people that ain't got food act crazy. And y'all know I be on TikTok, and I see a lot of people that they love food. I love food. And I'm looking at them like, okay, what's going to happen if you ain't doing what you're supposed to do and that food ain't available? You know, what's going to happen to especially the younger generation? Because most of them you see on there doing this, and it ain't available. What are you going to do? I mean, what are you going to do? Like, those are the ones I really can see literally going crazy. Like, yeah, and it's crazy. It is whatever. Y'all, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna get y'all comments because I see it's a lot. I'm gonna scale through. So let me just go ahead and say, if I miss you, I'm sorry, but y'all have been typing. So I'm gonna go through some of these comments. Let's see. Joe Tyson, hey, there she grows. A good evening. Let's see. Allie Joe plays Joe. Hold up. Allie Joe plays Joe. Hey. Tilty, you said no excuses, but don't come to me when you can heat them up and eat them. Shatika Woods, hey. Troll. Okay. Keisha Morrison, hey, honey. Sanaya Renee Homestead. Hello, MGL, everyone. I hope all is well. Yes, honey, yes. So, peace, love, and light. PNG Media News. Yeah, y'all, it's 79 people in here and 46 thumbs up. Can y'all please hit the thumbs up button because it gets YouTube to recommend my lives throughout, the platform. So thumbs up is very, very important. So yeah, I really appreciate if y'all can thumbs up the live. It's 81 people here, 49 thumbs up. Hey, Purpose Garden. While crossing one of our many bridges here in NYC, I saw ships with supplies and roads just sitting in the water. And yeah, that stuff is not gonna always. That stuff that's out there in the water. I mean, you can't tell me with how the weather's going that all that stuff is gonna be good. And just because I haven't been talking about it, or you may not haven't been seeing a lot of people, it's still going on. And I feel like it was so easy for people to forget that. Reading the comments. Yeah, a lot of people has forgotten, thought everything was going back to normal. No. No. There she grows. It true. Every time you turn around, recall here, recall. Yup, grow your own food. Yes. And it's most of the healthy stuff, even targeting the food that people with allergies and stuff, even targeting that food. Every time you turn around, is recalls. And if you look, like I showed y'all in the Walmart video, it was still people were selling for the unhealthy stuff, but it was the unhealthy stuff was scarce, but it was more of it when all the healthy stuff was bare. And it's just like, we're talking about Walmart, people. We're talking about Walmart, one of the major stores that's everywhere. Okay. Don't have what we need essentially, and that is food. Okay, it's food. We're not talking about clothes, shoes, toilet paper. We're talking about straight, pure OD food. Okay, food. What we need. I mean, yeah. And they come in the comments with the okie doke. Okay, it's just like, really. Sanaya promises that basically we have been mass produced and feel that it's crazy. It is crazy. It is. Paleo diet. My friend is on the paleo diet. She has celiac disease. Yes, Purpose Garden. Yes, there she grows. We are what we eat, honey. Yes. Herbs, greens, teas, essential oils, fruits, grains, all true. Yes, Purpose Garden. And see, with me, I can't do grains well. I can't do oatmeal. I can get by with white rice. But if I eat like cereal, I don't care if it's a plain cereal with no sugar in it. If it's grains, I can't digest it well. So I have to make sure that I have what I can eat, like, and y'all, most of you know, I'm allergic to grass and weeds. Grass, it's a grain. So I'm allergic to it. And when I eat it, it throws off what they call it, cross reactivity to where I don't digest it because now it's inside of me and it's not doing. So even being allergic to dust mites, after doing all my research and stuff, it's something about like things like pancakes I can't digest, and it's linked to dust mites. Something about dust mites that's cross reactivity with the ingredients that they put when they make pancakes and waffles and stuff. It's crazy. Look it up if you think I'm lying. That's why I can't digest. I was like, why can't I digest pancakes and stuff? And once I found out what all I'm allergic to, went back and it tells you if you're allergic to dust mites, don't eat these foods. And they're all the foods that makes me sick, literally, for years. If you're allergic to grass, and I'm allergic to everything I'm allergic to all forms, all types, year round. If I'm allergic to grass, a lot of the wheat, barley, rye, and all that stuff don't work for me. Don't work for me. And it's a different type. Whereas my wheat test came back negative. But I'm allergic to grasses, so when I go outside, it makes me fatigue and stuff. Once I eat it, it don't do what it does to other people that's allergic to wheat. It messes with my digestive system in a very negative way. So continuing to eat that stuff will only break it down. And I ain't trying to do that. So that's why, and like with me, God said the same. I will be out there in that garden. You looking at somebody that is probably going to have to get an EPI soon if it continue on the way the doctor said. He wants me on shots. I haven't, with everything going on, I haven't want to go get shots. He want me taking shots 3 times a week, driving 45 minutes away. And I have to sit in the office because he said of the things that he have to put in one shot, I will have to stay in that office for 45 minutes. And if he's not in the office, I will have to go to the hospital and get the shot because, and I was like, you know what, that's a lot. Like, whoo, that's a lot. So that's with the grass and weeds. And I'm going to be out there. You'll probably see me this year with a face mask on outside to try to help with some of the pollen that's coming from it. Anytime I step in the grass, I'm kicking up what I'm allergic to. Anytime I pull a weed out of that garden, I'm messing up things, and I couldn't figure out why I would be fatigued when I get back inside. And that is why. So if I can do it and you ain't got them issues, I know you should be able to do it, okay? I'm just thankful it don't give me no, being fatigued and stuff is enough, but it could be a whole lot worse. I'm just thankful that I'm going to be able to go out there and do it. Because in that case, I wouldn't be able to step foot outside at any time. Because that's what he was so concerned about. Like, how are you allergic to this year round? I normally see one season with people. Year round. Yeah. Yeah, so keep that in mind about what you can eat. Learn what bothers you and what don't, and grow what don't bother you, because it may come to a time where you won't even have to worry about what you can't eat in the stove, because it may not even be there, and what you can't eat may not even be there. So I'll tell anybody, growing your own food to be more self-sufficient is a lifestyle change. It's not something you just gonna do and stop and do and stop. This is your survival. This is your livelihood. This is an essential thing that you need, which is food. And you need the right kind of food. So this is a lifestyle change. This is from the anytime that you start gardening, you should continue unless something come up and you can't. I stopped gardening because my husband was military. It was a lot. I could not grow like I wanted to living on base, but I still could grow. Okay. So prepping, I had stopped for a while because the military moves and stuff, that's too much. That was too much. Now he's out. Unless something happens where I just can't, it should be always ongoing thing. This is your survival. This is your, we talk about prepping, bugging out, and all that. Put it in the same category. This is more essential though. You have to eat. And I can't stress that enough. I cannot stress that enough, you know? What is this? Okay. So that's it. Let me go down. Wolverines. Never read the comments. Did you see the truck that overturned on the highway? A farmer grabbed 2 cases of lettuce to feed her livestock. She planted the rest. The lettuce was not real. Probably like what? I didn't see that. The my rhinoceros grandma. I didn't see it. What? Oh, I gotta look that up. Paisley Dreams. Too many trolls on here. I love your video yesterday. Thank you so much, honey. Yes, a lot of trolls. A lot of trolls. They'll be all right though. Did you see that cow say? No. What is that? Yeah, I feel like I'm behind. Ramshackle Farm said, I'm excited to start my eggplant and greens and everything else. Got it all back together by dates to plant. Get it, honey. Get it. Regina Dolores, isn't it sad that the world has come to fake lettuce? It's foolishness. Wow. I gotta look that up. Fake. Oh, Lord have mercy. Good googling move. Woo. Thank you, PNG Mini News, for putting the Amazon wish list in the chat. Yeah, that's a good way for those of you, because I had got an email. Somebody was asking about Cashapp and stuff like that. All that stuff is in the description box. But I want a person to say, if you want to donate, you don't have to do Cashapp, PayPal, none of that. You can if you want, but I am fine with you going on the Amazon wish list and making a purchase and donate that way, because hey, it is what it is. Do what you want, but yeah, don't feel like you have to do like cash or nothing. I'm fine with the gifts from Amazon wish list, because the things that I have on that wish list is things that I'm going to need, especially with these chickens. You'll see a lot of chicken stuff on there. I put coops on there ranging from different prices and stuff like that. I'd rather have what I would need than, so yeah, so that's why you're hearing it a lot, because I may just go in and take my Cash App or my PayPal information off. I'm not sure, but I want to leave that option for everyone. But I had got like 3 emails asking me about that. All the information, any information you need. And I did find out when I upload from my phone, I didn't know this. Some of my videos, when I upload from my phone, the description box, all my information in the description box don't load for some reason. So I tried to go back and like put it in there, but it should be there. So like I say, in the description box will be all my information. So the wish list is up. And some of you said you didn't know, you thought I had took it down. I did, but then I thought I was gonna have to take it down, but I ended up not having to. So yeah, I just had to change some stuff around. So yeah, so keep that in mind. So it's greatly appreciated. Okay. And also my affiliate link. You don't have to buy anything from my storefront. I just put items on there that I have received and I actually like, in case somebody want to get it for themselves. If you go on Amazon, it is greatly appreciated if you just click my affiliate link to go to Amazon. You do your regular shopping, okay? It's just when you go through mine, I get a little bit of commission, for being an Amazon affiliate. Yeah, so got that out the way. So thank you so much, PNG Media News, for putting the information in the chat. Let's see. Ramshackle Farm said, wish my fig tree and peach trees were ready, but they are still little peach tree. Well, they're still little. Gonna be like 5 years before I get anything. Oh, hey, but hey, you'll get it. You'll get it. Okay, you'll get it. Gardening with Eve. I grew pumpkins last season. I love them. Yay! I'm excited about growing them this year. I'm trying to go through. Hey, Black Tropical Homestead. Woman Addie. People are so entitled and users today. It's hard to figure out who's genuine and who's not. Oh, honey, I know. It seems like everybody got a secret motive almost. Now, you got some people that don't, but most people have a secret motive. And you're right. It's crazy. Regina Dolores, that's right. Oh, the able-bodied need to get their act together. I'm down for helping elderly and disabled all day. Yes, honey. Yes. Yes. Is it still buffering, y'all? I just saw PNG Media News. You said you were experiencing a lot of buffering. LD, hello from the UK. Good stuff. Hey, and welcome. We have to get our priorities. Yes, there she grows. Yes, and y'all, let me just go ahead and say, there she grows. Go over and support her. She is very, 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 very knowledgeable. She's been putting up some little shorts to get y'all, to see what things she's gonna be doing and putting up this spring when she put up her, videos and stuff. Y'all, please go support There She Grows. When I tell you, you're gonna love the content. You'll be able to see she's always been a gardener. She has chickens and stuff. She's not new at the game at all. Just kind of new to YouTube, okay, as far as her channel. So go check her out. Show her some support because I think she'll have a lot of good information for y'all. The season is coming. So we'll be able to sit and see what everybody else is doing, our harvests and different things like that and content. There she grows, okay? There she grows. Go check her out, okay? And I will be sharing some of her shorts. Like I said, she's putting up shorts and stuff like because it's not much really got going on with this weather, but in the springtime, she should be putting up content and stuff like that. So this is just to get you a feel of what she does and things like that. So go check her out, okay? There she grows, okay? It's all one word. She is my mod on here. She's in blue, okay? Like, comment, and subscribe, y'all. Show some love, support, okay? So, yes, go ahead and do that. Let's see. City with them eyelashes on anyway. Ladies, most of us men don't like those ugly lashes. Oh. Oh my goodness. No comment. I have no comment. No comment to that. No comment. And I think a lot of people, I'm going to say this. I think a lot of ladies know they beautiful without it. But it's like a trend. They see one person do it, they want to do it. They think that they see the celebrities on TV wearing them and all like that. When those people go home and snatch that glue off their eyes and take that darn wig off and all this stuff, they don't look no different from you and that naturally. Okay? So that's why I always try to be natural. Okay, natural. I know on TikTok somebody messaged me and was asking me what type of lipstick I had on. I'm like, I ain't got no lipstick on a couple of my TikTok videos. My lips was red, like red. And it was because I ate chili. I'm one of them that when I eat stuff with color, it really stains my lips. And it was only because I ate chili. But this person thought that they wanted to know the name of it, the name of the color. Like chili. Because that's what I had ate, chili. Yeah, and it goes like that. My kids now be mailing me if I eat anything with some color to it, it will stain my lips. Okay, and it takes a couple of hours for it to wear off. So that's what it was. I try to be natural as possible because one, I just don't know how to put on makeup. I've never been into it. I don't know how to put on makeup. I don't know what concealer and contour and all that stuff is for. And I'm that type to where I be doing something and hit this note right here. And yeah. And I done tried to wear it and no, I look like a straight clown in it, okay? Because it don't fit me, okay? It don't fit me. So I understand. If you don't work, you don't eat. It must have meant homesteaded gardening and storing food. Yes, Carmelie. Yes, honey. Yes. Okay, let's see. Miss Diversity said, I want to start YouTube channel. Start it, honey. Start it. Start it. Your skin is flawless. Thank you so much, honey. Thank you. I don't do nothing to it. Drink water. Drink water. I think that's probably is one of the, and that's one thing we was having our military ball one year, and I said I wanted to wear some makeup, so I went to this place to get this lady to get, it was in the mall, to get her to do, I think it was in Clinique, to get her to do my face for ball that night. And she was like, I don't want to put makeup on you. She's like, you don't need it. You don't need it. She kept saying, oh my goodness, I don't want to put this on your face. And I'm like, I want it. I want it. Everybody else wearing makeup to the ball. I want makeup. And oh my goodness, she did my face. And I paid that money. And when she get put the mirror, she was like, I told you I didn't want to do it, y'all. I wasted that money because I had to, when I walked outside to get in the car, because we was about to, let me see, ball was like 2 hours away. And so I was to get my face done, and then we was about to drive till we go to the hotel or whatever and get ready to, get ready for ball there. And when I walked outside, my husband was like, what? And I said, I know, don't say nothing. I started washing it off. She told me it didn't go for me. It looked horrible. Like I ain't gonna say what it really looked like. I ain't gonna say that, but it looked no. Okay, I said your name wrong. It's not woman, it's worm a natty. Worm a natty. I hope I said that right. You said you don't need it. Thank you. I know that now. I just say, you know what? You see me as I am. You like me or you don't like me. It is what it is. Like I told you, I've had hair all the way down. My natural hair will be down past my behind. And after that car accident and everything happened, my hair didn't come out from the root. It just started getting brittle because I was paralyzed and stuff. And I had a 7-month-old and I was a single mom during that time because her dad left when they said it was a possibility I may never walk again, and it just wasn't sure. He left me then, and I was a single mom, and I said, you know what? Once my hair got to like right here, yes, I could have, got it to grow, start getting better. It was just getting brittle, and I think it might have been the blood thinners or something that they was giving me, because when my bones was broke, it was a blood vessel, and they had to like make sure there was no swelling or whatever. And I feel like that's what it was. Could have been a side effect or something. But after that, I said, man, it's just hair. Let me just cut it off. Like, and I just ain't, I tried to grow it back a couple times. I've told y'all I was planning on growing it back. And then I look and I say, nah, man, my girl's hair is too thick. It's enough to deal with. And I know what I would have to deal with mine. And I said, No, let me just. So I'm just that type. Like you see, you like me, you don't. I am what I am. You know, when you see me during the day, and you see me at night, and you see me in the morning, I'm gonna look the same way. Okay, so that's just why I just like, yeah. Miss Diversity said I don't wear makeup. I am natural. I love it, and so does my husband. That's what I'm talking about, honey. That's what I'm talking about. Sacrifice said, not cool. Words cannot express what he is after. What he is after. What you mean, Ram Sacrifice? I'm lost, honey. What you mean? Okay. Yes, honey. I did what I had to do, and then 2 years later is when I met my husband. I did what I had to do. I was just like, oh, okay. Well, but look at me now. Yeah, look at you now. I can walk. I regained my strength within 2 weeks. And the doctors could not understand how. I remember the night before my therapy, my leg did a twitch. It did a twitch, and it was the leg that was bad. That was the spine, the bones where it was broke at my left leg was in worse shape due to that. And so it did like a little jerk. I remember that. And I lifted with my hands, because that's how I had to do exercise for, was to take my hands and lift my legs. And like, what in the world? And then it did it again, and I'm like, so when I got the therapy the next morning, and when I came in there, he's like, why you're not on your crutches? I'm holding my crutches like, y'all can have these. Like, he's like, what? No, what? And I'm like, yeah, he's like, he's like, you got to be on crutches for at least 2 more weeks. It's standard. We want you on it for 6 weeks. He felt my back, he felt my spine, and he was like, thank you, there she grows. Thank you, because thank you, there she grows. Thank you for, yeah. Okay. Woo, okay, wait. Hold up. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right. So it's like, you gotta be back on there. You got. He was like, what in the world, y'all? And those of you that may not know, my pelvis was broke, my spine, 3 bones was broke, and my tailbone was crushed. And they let me out the hospital 2 days after that accident. They didn't do surgery. They thought they was gonna have to do surgery. And I'm telling you, the thing I had to do to determine if they was gonna do surgery was they came and got me, and I was on a walker, like one of the walker where you push, and they made me go up some stairs in the hospital. When I tell you, that doctor was crying, he was on his knees. He told me, he said, I'm telling you, I have to make you do this to know if that bone move. If that bone move, is very serious, and I would have to do surgery. He said, well, we need to know if we're going to be able to release you. He said, I'm telling you now, when you take that leg and you put it on this bottom step, say it's going to hurt. And I'm like, okay. I took my leg. He helped me put it up there. And the problem was to put weight on it. Once they got my leg on the step, it was to stand with weight on it. Y'all, I don't wish that pain on nobody. It felt like my pelvis bone went through I'm gonna be honest, through my, yeah, area, and it hurted. I screamed. When I screamed, the doctor went to the floor. The doctor went to the floor. It was like he felt that pain for me. It hurted me so daggone bad. I was just screaming. It felt like the bone was just went shroom. And then immediately after that, they let me rest like maybe 5-10 minutes. It was important for them to go and do a CAT scan immediately because they needed to see if it had moved. And that's when they was like, it didn't move, so it didn't require surgery. Somebody said, what happened to you? I was in a car accident back in 2007, and my oldest daughter dad was driving. He was playing and lost control of the car, and the door we fishtailed, and then we was going one direction. We fishtailed, ended up going the other direction, and the car went into a telegram pole on my side. And my daughter was in the back. I used to play basketball in the evenings at the park, and I had played basketball that night, and I put the ball in the back seat. It was a Crown Vic. Y'all know I love Crown Vics. This is one of the reasons why too. I put the ball in the back seat, and the ball didn't go to the floor. It stayed like in between, because when I drive with my seat back. It's just what I do. I can't drive like this. And so it stayed on the back of the seat and the back of the front seat and the back seat. It didn't go to the floor. My daughter was 7 months old. She was back there in her car seat. When I saw that he lost control, I took my seatbelt off and I tried to jump over like in his lap because he let the steering wheel go. He just let it go. And I tried to steer it thinking I could get it back too, because he just sitting there like this. And I tried to get over to try to steer it, and it was too late. It ended up spinning, and then it went into the telegraph pole on my side, which it knocked me back over into the passenger seat. And the door sat like on my lap. The dash came in on my lap, and it threw him to the back seat. And I started smelling gas. I remember telling him, just get my baby out, because I'm thinking I'm pinned. It's going to blow up with me in it. So I'm like, get her out. So he got her out, and I was able to like push my body. Everything was numb on this side, was just numb. So I pushed my body out and crawled over and got out the window on the driver's side. And it was a nurse that stayed across the street from where it happened. And when I got out and stood up, I just started beating the car because I was hurting. The pain it went from numb to just like, there was no blood, no scratches or nothing. I was just hurting. And she told me to sit down. The paramedics was on their way. And when they came, I went back numb a little bit. They got me in the paramedics. I told them what hospital I wanted to go to. And when I was in the paramedics, they was hooking me up to stuff. And I remember I can remember how the paramedics looked to this day. Like, I remember looking at him, and I was worried about my daughter, and they put her car seat up above me in the same paramedics. And he was like, she fine. She just got a little cut. It's nothing major. It's like a little stretch, like maybe from the glass or something. It's not doing anything. And I remember looking at him, and it got fuzzy. And then he got up, and when he went, he said something to the driver. The lights went on. The siren went on. The ambulance speeded up. And I blinked out. I had to blink out at that moment, because when I woke up, I was in a trauma room and they was cutting my clothes off. So I guess I had just got there. I don't remember getting off the ambulance, nothing like that. And I remember I asked again, when I woke up, I asked again, what about my baby? They was rolling me over, and I could see them using scissors to cut my clothes off. And she said, she's fine. I asked her, I was like, am I going to live? And the nurse just started crying, and she walked off. And I knew then it was serious. Like, so after everything, that's when the doctor came in, after they had did a scan and all that stuff. And he was like, where your pelvis is broke, the blood vessel that goes through is a major blood vessel. And if it were to swell, the bones will puncture it, and that will cause internal bleeding. And he was like, your tailbone, you take a drink can and you just do this. It's like, that's your tailbone. And he said, you also have 3 bones on your spine that are dangling. Like they're just holding on by a thread. It's like, that's why you have no feelings in your legs. And that's what happened. And so that was on a Friday. That Sunday is when they did the test where I had to stand. And I'm telling y'all, you would have seen how that doctor, like his coat, I remember how long his white coat was. And when I stepped and I screamed, because y'all know in the hospital, the staircase in the hospital is hollow. You can like everything echoes. I screamed, and I'm telling you, that man went to the floor in tears, and he was just holding himself, and like he had his hand on my leg, like he knew that it was gonna, yeah. But then they did the scan. They let me out the hospital that Monday, and that's when I found out my oldest daughter dad had left me for somebody else because he thought I wasn't gonna be able to walk again. So that's why I say you never know what a person has been through or maybe going through or whatever the case may be. And everything that happens to you is not to break you down. It's actually to make you stronger and make you realize how blessed you are. You know, they told me I wasn't going to be able to have no more kids on my pelvis. I had 2 more. The last child, I needed blood. I didn't take it. She's 12. She's about, let me see. Hold up, wait. She's 11. She's 11, about to be 12. And I remember with her. Well, with my son, he needed to be VBAC. I almost lost him because the doctors wasn't there. His heart rate and stuff was dropping. And then a year later, I had my last child because they're a year apart. I needed blood. I did not take blood because it's against my religion to take blood. So they kept saying I needed blood. And I kept telling them, you're going to have to get saline. And it wasn't at the hospital. They had to have it flown to the hospital. The doctors was crying like, we need you to take this blood. Like I was pale. I was freezing cold. And I'm like, no. And they finally got the saline to the hospital. Gave me 10 cc's every 10 minutes through an IV. And I was able to leave out of recovery and leave out of labor and delivery and go to recovery. So those 3 different incidents. Oh, and not to mind you, when I had my first daughter, I had to get where they snip you a little bit to give you room to push the baby out. That doctor left after birth in me. I had her on a Wednesday, got out of the hospital on a Friday, was back in there on a Sunday with round-the-clock antibiotic because I was hurting so bad. When they cut the stitch, he had left the afterbirth in me. So you look at all those incidents, and you probably wouldn't have never known when I get on this camera and know just with those incidents how much has happened and how much I'm thankful to be here and healthy and everything. You just never know. So when I say, if you're able-bodied to grow your own food and help yourself, do it. Because a lot of people didn't have that chance or are not able to do that. Do it. Because if I wouldn't have never told you any of that, you probably wouldn't have never known. Never known. As far as I'm concerned, I'm healthy as I don't know what. But I done had to come through, and I say it was nobody but Jehovah God that helps me through every one of those things where it was close call a lot of times. And when the doctor said this would happen, it didn't. It didn't. So, we can grow our own food and we can do what we can to help each other. We can. So, yeah, it's no excuses, as it say in the title. And a lot of you probably done heard the accident thing, but it's a lot of people that's new to the channel that have it. And I hope it's motivation that, you can do it. You can put a seed in some dirt and do what you can. Don't make it hard. If you're new to the channel, I always say gardening is supposed to be fun. If you make it hard, it may not never get done. You ain't gonna want to do it, but it's easy. Set your area up to where it helps you mentally too. You know, set your area up where it helps you mentally too. It don't have to just be all food. Throw you a couple pretty flowers and stuff in there to help them bees and stuff. Y'all seen how I did it last year? When you walk outside, let it be your own little food forest with your own little. Get creative. Do what you gotta do. You know, so I had dry bird. Oh my goodness, Latika Osby. Wow. Worm Anatomy said, not new, but it's my first time hearing it. Yes. Yes. And that's another reason why I'm so happy that y'all know. Well, I told you, a lot of you guys think I'm tall. And you were shocked to find out that I'm only 5'2". But on the camera, I look tall. And I told y'all it's because my legs are long. I have long legs and short torso. So a lot of people think I'm very tall. I'm not. I'm only 5'2". I'm very short. But one thing they told me after the accident is that I have to keep my core strong. My highest weight was 167 pounds. After I had my youngest daughter, I started having my wine, my beer. That put weight on me. 2022, when my GERD really acted a fool, I barely drink. But before then, when my grandma passed away 2018, I remember I lost weight. I got down to 138. Then I got back up to 145 2022. When everything shut down, everybody was stocking up on stuff. I made sure I had my little wine and stuff. I got up to 145. So 2020, I was 145. And when that happened, I had already let so much stuff go through the GERD. I had to let my wine, my beer and stuff go. And best thing ever, I thought it was helping me with my anxiety. It was causing it. And another thing that it did was I naturally lost weight. I naturally went back because I've always been, when I got pregnant with my first child at 19, I had her at 19. I was only 105 pounds. When I had her, I went down to 100 pounds. And we talking 19. When I got pregnant, I had my son at 22. I only got to 115 for the whole pregnancy. I went back down to 100 pounds. When I had my second child, because I got pregnant with her 4 months after I had my third child. I got pregnant with my third child 4 months after having my second child. And my highest weight was 115 again throughout the whole pregnancy. I got up to 125 with her after I had her in 2010. When I left the hospital, I was 115. So you see, that's really my natural weight. It's like 115. That's after kids. That's most I could get up to. 15 pounds after 3 pregnancies. And when I met my husband in 2007, I met him, I was 90 pounds. Yeah. So I had went up to 100. I can't remember how I was 90 pounds. And my highest weight, well, after having the kids, I was 115. Then I started drinking, having the wine and stuff like that. I had my first drink at 23. And I didn't know that it'll blow you up. I started getting, and then it was like overnight almost like, dang, how did I get 167 pounds? Like, still not knowing. And then, like I say, 2018, when my grandma passed, I was stressed because, she raised me. So that was my first time losing anybody. So I wasn't eating much and stuff like that. That's when I went to 138. And like I say, 2020, 145, I changed to one gluten and dairy free. Got off didn't have no beer, no wine, put it cold turkey. And now I'm back down to 115, my natural weight. And I had people say, oh, well, you small, you have to pay attention. When you growing your own food, and you calculate. Don't let them. I had somebody tell me, "Oh, I want to lose weight, but I don't want people to think something is wrong." And I'm like, as long as you're healthy, is what matters. Who cares what other people think? To be honest, your height tells you how much you should weigh. You can't be 5'2", 200 pounds. That's not healthy. Me being 5'2", my weight should be between 101 and 135, I think. 101, I can literally go down to 101 and be in a healthy weight because I'm short. The taller you are, the more you can weigh and stay on a healthy weight. So growing my own food, I left the beer and the wine alone, and I got off the dairy and got off the gluten. I went back to my natural weight and I feel amazing. And I thought about what the therapist told me. He told me the older you get, the more you're gonna have to make sure your core is strong, because those injuries the older you get, you will feel it. And let me tell you, I'm 34 and I don't feel it unless I go out there in the cold, and I don't hurt. Thank God I don't hurt. It'll just be like a little stiffness in those, like in my spine area and all that. And I don't want to make nothing happen. Like he told me, you're gonna forever have to keep your core strong. You're not gonna don't add extra to it. So some of y'all got on me. Some of y'all that's been with me for a while and about the accident, y'all got on me last year, but out there picking up them buckets. Y'all got on me in the comments like, you ain't supposed to be picking up no buckets. You don't need to be picking up no buckets or nothing. Even though you healed, you well, it's been years, but anybody that understands knows that those type of injuries, they heal, but you still have to be careful. So gardening is more than what's going on. It's literally, and I'm sure a lot of y'all can relate to this. If you have high blood pressure, diabetes, or anything like that, lupus, whatever the case may be, you can relate to this just in a different way. And no, growing your own food helps. Okay, it helps, and things are very expensive. We can't trust if things is contaminated with salmonella and all that stuff, because so much is being recalled. So, do what you got to do, y'all, and just understand. Don't let no soil and no seed defeat you. Anybody can grow. Anybody can grow. And if you got a small area to grow in, you ain't got to have no huge backyard. You got a small area to grow in. It's so many things you can grow in that small area, and containers are not, that will feed you a long time. Things you can grow that when you take it from the garden, you don't wash it off, you put it in a cool, dark place, and it will last months. You just got to do it. You just got to do it. Let's see. Blessings to you, MGL. The Father has been good to you. Praise Him for. Yes, Regina Dolores. Yes, honey. Yes, I am so thankful. I don't take anything for granted. Like, I don't. If the setting is cool and you probably had noticed. JV Bailey, thank you. Okay, thank you, my rhinoceros grandma. You sent it to my email. Okay, I'm gonna read that because I hadn't heard about that, honey. I had not heard about that. Tina Duns. How did the basketball help? How did the basketball help? So the car accident. So, it was a Crown Vic, and the impact made the car divide in half. Now, what the paramedics them say is the basketball kept the back seat from folding on my daughter. Remember, she's 7 months old on a car seat. The bolts in the car seat and everything broke out. Everything jumped out. Like the car seat was still there with her in it, but all the bolts, that's how hard that we hit that telegraph pole, and it hit on my side, on the passenger side, and she was behind me. And it made it so they were saying that the basketball not going to the floor and stayed between my back seat, the front seat, and the back seat by me always having my back when I'm like my seat back. They said that kept it from folding. That's the only thing they could come up with, but I know it was God. It was not that basketball by itself. It was God. That type of impact. When they got ready to move the car, they wanted to see if the car was going to be able to move, if they needed to pull it. When they crunk it and hit gas, the car from the center, from the front, like the middle. So you got the front seat, the back seat, the car divided. Like it divided in half. And I remember I should be still on the wall at University Medical Center. They had a miracle wall. And they had the car, pictures of the car, and pictures of like things, what happened, like the story of what happened, and how I got out the car and different things like that. And it's on their miracle wall at the hospital. But the car divided in half, and they said the back seat did not fold. It would have fell. If it would have folded with her, then we already know what. She was 7 months old. So yeah, that's what happened. I'm sorry, I started and I stopped telling it. But yeah, that's what was with the basketball. Yeah, so with that, y'all, I'm gonna get off of here. It is 5:42, and I got to figure out what we eating for dinner. I was thinking about tacos, homemade tacos, that way I could decide what's in it. But to be honest, I don't even feel like making anything. But it's just grounding the meat. So I'll probably just go ahead and do it. Urban Gardening Chronicles said yes, that was a miracle. Catch the lives, but I'm here tonight. Thank you for your greetings. So y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and get off. I hope this was motivational though, y'all, because it's a lot of negative people that's been coming, giving their opinions, bumping their gums about, not growing your own food and nothing is going on and stuff like that. And just take a moment out to think of how blessed we are if you're able to go out there and, start your garden and grow some food and stuff like that. Just think about that. So with that being said, I want to thank everybody for coming in. I really, really enjoyed y'all. If I missed your name in the comments, it's so many comments. Cherie Benjamin, hey honey. It's so many comments. And so I really, really appreciate y'all so much. I appreciate the support. 2%, thank you for putting the Amazon wish list in the chat. I appreciate y'all's support so much. So like I say, and if I don't respond to your comments, please understand I see them. And if there's a question, I try to answer it because the question needs to be answered. But I do see them. I'm gonna take some time out tonight if it's God's will to go through and heart and like and stuff like that. But y'all see, it's a lot. I got a lot that I have to do. So I'll be trying to get this content and motivate. And sometimes I just do not get to respond to comments, but I see them. Thank y'all so much. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get off, and I want y'all to be safe. And I'll see you in the next video if it's God's will, okay? Bye.